when there is an attempt to murder charge against this veteran yesteryear actor who does not have any control over his anger. I want to ask you, Mr. Prasad, that in the past, if you take, there are many cases. Cases as minor, it may seem, of check bouncing, of intimidating actresses, of threatening actresses with kidnapping, of harassment of actresses. But what happened? Nothing happened. Or he is just outside. That gives him the gumption to pick up the mic and hit someone. Mr. Prasad, don't you think it's time that something he is brought to book, Mr. Prasad?
Absolutely, ma'am. Good evening to you and good evening to our colleagues and good evening to the viewers. Ma'am, always you say a pinpoint to this thing, and the way you raise the point, there is no answer for anybody in that. As far as Mohan Babu is concerned, is the consistent useless behavior which is not fitting into the shoes of society, and he takes things as granted. As I told yesterday, even today the police is very smart today. One of his son for 1 year bind over case got fixed, and again his elder son got consideration by the police stating that till 24th I bargained time from your end. So fortunately he's been given it. And in the same scenario, even Mohan Babu is also will be fixed with a bind over case, and obviously these people will be in the clusters of police. Yesterday there is no other way around. The first class ministerial judicial distinction has been taken by the respective IPS officer, and that's why he has been presented as far as Vishnu is concerned. As you said, the continuous useless behavior of Mohan Babu, saying that all these days nobody has created a hurdle. The first ever time the journalist fraternity which has been injured, taken a voice, when voice of journalists altogether comes from one end to another end, it is definitely fixes a coin in a locked situation. There he'll be in a no man's land. Obviously, the murder case which has been filed against him, in a day or so he'll be behind the bars. There is no this thing. He has done brutally in front of everyone, the to a journalist who belongs to our fraternity, and unfortunately he's been injured. Fortunately, he has survived. If anything goes wrong with his life, particularly the head parts, most of the parts are very crucial. If it's been damaged with that iron rod, it may be called as a mic, but it contains with iron, as very clearly told that madam yesterday. If injury in a different way, below his neck or somewhere it has been hit, if he loses his wife, who is responsible for it?
Absolutely.
For his irresponsible behavior.
Yes, who's responsible? Mr. Komireddy, let me come to you and ask you the legal implications of this. Mr. Komireddy, what I understand, and I let me also put out a disclaimer, I do not know legally. So this attempt to murder, what does it involve briefly for the viewers? How does the case proceed? And apparently, even if it is not attempt to murder, it is apparently could be converted to life imprisonment. Is that correct, or is that completely wrong, Mr. Komireddy?
No, basically, if it's see, first and foremost, we must understand, as political analyst just not told us, we should not view it as a mic per se. It's basically an iron rod, and when you know that you're going to slam somebody's head with an iron rod, you have the knowledge that it may cause death. So the section is very clear. It says there are two things. One, he could be imprisoned for a period of 10 years or for life. So now that the section has been altered, it's a cognizant section. And number two, it's a non-bailable section. Regardless of whether he's resting in a hospital, whether he's at his house, the police are well within their rights to go and arrest him. As we speak, he does not have any protection from the court. So therefore, I think the police must act swiftly, must act hastily, take him into custody, and then the police can definitely go and there is, before he's arrested, before he's produced before the magistrate, he has to be taken to a medical examination. So he'll be medically examined. The hospital will give its certificate or report, and the magistrate will thereafter decide whether he needs to be remanded to a jail or he needs to be given, treatment in a government hospital or in the hospital within the jail precincts. So besides that, I want to add another point. I also want to highlight the discriminatory nature and the discriminatory conduct of the police insofar as Mohan Babu's case is concerned. Trust me, had this been a commoner, he would have been inside prison straight away. Not just Mohan Babu, even Allu Arjun gets away with these things very easily. You must understand that somebody had lost their life in the Allu Arjun's case. A lady of 39 years lost her life. Allu Arjun was named as an accused. Now, the irony is this. The irony is that the police on record say that Allu Arjun is still absconding. They're giving him a long rope to go before the court and take some kind of protection. Now he's out there in the open, holding press conferences, giving out press meets, attending to success meet, whatnot. But the police has the audacity to tell the courts that he's still absconding. So whether it's, basically what does the law say? Law says that,
I mean, if we can bring
it's
the,
important.
Mr. Komi Reddy, I also want to bring to your notice this visual because you reminded me is how the police is like, a very, very mute spectator in this entire event. Yesterday, Navina, who's with us, she spoke about it. Other journalists, if you can, there you can see, security personnel, police personnel, standing quietly when a man is lunging forward to hit someone with a mic. I'm just asking you this. Is the police also culpable there in that case, Mr. Komi Reddy?
Definitely. See, basically, what does the police look for? The police looks for evidence. And now the evidence is right there in broad daylight on camera. This is a gentleman, a celebrity pulling out a mic. It's an iron rod, somebody's head. And, if things go wrong, the gentleman could have lost his life. And therefore, it falls within the ambit of Section 109, which is an attempt to murder. When it's an attempt to murder, it's a cognizable offense, which means that the police need not require a warrant, did not need a consent from the magistrate. They can go straight away and pick him and arrest him. What beats me is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this incident took place somewhere 24 hours, 48 hours ago, and the police is still not, still not acted against him. And that's very surprising. And therefore, I go on to say that this is definitely discriminatory in nature. Be it Mohan Babu, be it Allu Arjun. I mean,
Okay.
they get away with these things so
All right.
easily.
Okay. Navina, for the first time, I think Hyderabad, and not just Hyderabad, but the entire country has risen up. Much like what Mr. Prasad was saying, that when the attack has happened on our fraternity, we've gotten up because you and I know that how difficult it is to, keep doing stories every day. And we are in the business of disseminating information. I have to get on to do this show every day, whether it's 15th August or 26th of January. I have no respite, neither do you. So I'm saying that when it is almost like an essential service, which we are, I see that such an, the fraternity therefore has gotten together and done this. Is it also possible, Navina, that, that considering that one thing that I've never understood is, and I'm a journalist and I don't think, but I'll ask another one and a woman, that how come people like these who are repeat offenders are anyway given enough and more kind of, footage when it comes to other things in their lives. You spoke about how when they want their children's wedding covered, we are there. When there is any kind of a news in their families, they call us up. Other times they think we are not worth it at all, Navina. Don't you think that itself smacks of, great uh, uh, divide, as it were, and very, very, what is very, very unfair?
That's true. Actually, as we were speaking, I just got a ticker that Mohan Babu got discharged from the hospital and his health condition is fine. That's what doctors are saying. So, you know how well this thing has played up. And we people who were thinking that maybe he's really sick, or people who were taking his side should understand that that was just another movie kind of in uh, script that was written to avoid any kind of arrest. That is based on the information that I am currently getting. And to answer to the point that we are able to we are discriminated. Truly, we are discriminated because from yesterday, from the government, we got only one reaction, and that reaction was journalists need not worry. Every time we get this template reaction, the journalists need not worry. But maybe uh, maybe somewhere we are discriminated. We are not treated as equals, not with the celebrities alone, in general as well. And here in this case of Mohan Babu, the family is politically inclined. Both the daughter-in-laws come from a family which is politically inclined. He himself is a politician. So Mr. Prasad yesterday pointed out that, yeah, this family has a lot of people who can pull strings for them. And that is absolutely evident if we probe through this, that they were able to pull strings. The people couldn't take stand because out of fear that who knows what might happen. So all the ugliness of being powerful has been exposed in this case. That just people are not able to call out a wrong because the person affected on the other side is a journalist. Had this been a journal doing a vice versa around, the media would have been under trial, media would have been bashed left and right that you guys deserve this. Even today, we see that they say, despite seeing those unfortunate visuals of Ranjit, people are saying you guys deserved it. That is the most inhuman thing to say. And let's see, since he's discharged, let's see if he's going to issue any statement or not.